Look at all these books. Books. I love books. Oh, I did not see you there. Well, hi again, everyone. I am Mike. Are you ready for another lesson in the Bible? Right now, I want to talk about grumbling. Do you know what grumbling is? Well, grumbling is not being thankful or happy with what you have. For example, meet Grumbling Gus. Grumbling Gus's parents would make him dinner every day, but he doesn't like what was made, and so Grumbling Gus would grumble and complain every day, saying,
"Mom, I don't like the food you make. I don't want to eat it."
Is that good to do? Well, the opposite of complaining is being thankful with what you have. You know, if you have food to eat on the table, at least you have something. At least you have someone to give that food to eat. Now, the opposite of grumbling, what you're supposed to do then is to be thankful for what you have. You know, if you have food to eat on the table, at least you have something, right? At least you have someone to give you that food to eat. You have someone providing for you. Now, what is provide? Can you say provide? I can't hear you. Can you say provide? There we go. Provide means to give. God is the one who gives. Today, we will see just how God is the provider. However, people still grumbled. They complained. Now, I'll be telling the story. However, I'll be asking you some questions after, so let me see how much you can pay attention. You ready? All right, here is the story. Now, Moses and all of God's people, Israel, went from the Red Sea to the wilderness after God rescues them from Egypt. After 3 days without water, they finally found water that was bitter. The people grumbled, saying, "What shall we drink?" Moses cried to the Lord, and the Lord provided Moses a log in which Moses threw in the water, and the water became sweet. God then tested the Israelites, saying that if they will work hard to do what is right in his eyes and obey all of his commandments, he will not spread any diseases from the Egyptians on them. Now the Israelites moved on to more places in the wilderness. Yet after a while, all Israel grumbled against Moses and saying that they would rather die in Egypt by God's hands and be well fed than starve in the wilderness. Then God said to Moses, "Behold, I am about to provide by raining bread from heaven for you, and the people shall gather what they can eat in a day every day, that I may test them, whether they will obey me or not. On the 6th day, when they prepare what they bring in, it will be twice as much as they gather daily." So Moses and Aaron said to all the people of Israel, "At evening you shall know that it was the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, and when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening and in the morning bread, because the Lord has heard your grumbling against him." And God appeared and said, "I have heard the grumbling of the people of Israel. Say to them, At sunset you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread. Then you shall know that I am the Lord your God. So in the evening quail covered the camp. In the morning flake-like bread covered the grounds. When Israel saw it, they said to one another, "What is this?" And Moses said to them, "It is the bread that God has given to you to eat." And God commanded, "Gather it as much as each of you can eat, according to the number of the persons that you are in your tents, and let no one leave any of it over till the morning." But they did not listen to Moses. Some left part of it till morning, and it grew worms and stink. And Moses was angry with them. Each morning they gathered it, each as much as he could eat, but when the sun grew hot, it melted. On the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread. And Moses said to the leaders of Israel to rest on the holy Sabbath day. Moses said, "Bake and boil what you must, and lay the rest aside until the morning." So they followed what Moses commanded them, and it did not stink, and there were no worms in it. Moses said, "Eat it today, for today is the Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the Sabbath day, the 7th day, there will be none." On the 7th day, some of the people went out to gather, and surely they found none. So God said to Moses, "How long will you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, I have given you the Sabbath." So on the 6th day, he gives you bread for 2 days. Remain each of you in his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. Now Israel ate the manna 40 years because they were commanded to eat manna. They did so in remembrance of how God fed them in the wilderness. But one day they came to a place where there is no water again. So the people grumbled at Moses again, saying, "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our animals with thirst?" So Moses cried to God for help. And God said to Moses, "Take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile River. I will stand before you on the rock, and you shall strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, and the people will drink." And so Moses struck the rock, and water came out. God provided once more. Woo! Now all that talk about bread and meat is making me hungry. Some questions for you. Question 1. What does provide mean? I talked about it earlier. Wait, what? What'd you say? Give? Yes, it means to give. Okay. Now, next question. Name some things that God provided for the Israelites. Any answers? What? I heard something. Oh, you said what? I heard bread. That's right. And what else? Quail? You're talking about those birds? You sure? Yup. And that's correct. They ate birds. But you know what? Here's something. You know, God provides you something as well. Yes, you, the viewer. God provides you a way to be rescued from fire that lasts forever. God provided his Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for you so that if you are to put your trust in Jesus Christ, you will be rescued from this eternal fire and be with God in heaven forever. Do you want to be rescued? then believe in Jesus Christ as your leader and obey Him. Believe that Jesus died and became alive again on the third day. Believe that and you will be saved. Isn't that amazing? All right, now let's all close with a song. This song is called God is So Good. Let's all sing. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. He saves my soul. He saves my soul. He saves my soul. He's so good to me. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He's so good.